natural, polished, and approachable without drawing too much attention to myself. That's an office makeup for me. So this is when you want to use makeup as simply a slight enhancement. For the base, I would go for light, medium coverage foundation. For an even complexion concealer, I would use minimally to cover blemishes or under eye circles. Eyebrows, defined but natural looking brows that frame the face without looking overdrawn. For eyes, a light application of mascara is enough. Lips, nude, soft pink or neutral lipstick shades that complement my skin tone. I would love a dewy or semi-matte finish which keeps the makeup looking fresh throughout the day. Well, I think this ensures a balanced professional vibe. I paired the makeup with a fashion blazer and a short skirt. This is a pencil knee length. I think it's timeless. Closed toe heels. Well, as I do this makeup, I'll also be talking about aflatoxins. I happened to attend a workshop. Would I call it a workshop? I think I would say it was a dialogue here on managing and control of aflatoxins. And I was able to pick out some points, some highlights for me that I want to share with you. They are not really organized. I'll just be picking here and there. Personally, I had no idea about this. I didn't even know about its existence. I think it's something that affects me and you, and I thought I would share something. Aflatoxins are basically a family of toxins or poison produced by certain fungi that are found on agricultural crops such as maize, peanuts. Yeah, this is of real concern because large doses of aflatoxins is associated with an increased risk of liver cancer and other health problems. Actually, with my makeup, eyebrows takes the most time. They're sparse, like you can see, so just applying gel would not be enough. It would be the fastest way to finish up with your eyebrows, but you have to do some bit of filling as we discuss this whole aflatoxin thing. Cleanse my face. I've not applied anything, so I want to try to do my eyebrows in such a base without any moisturizer or anything like that. I just think the moisturizer or that kind of makes the pencil glide or slide, so I'm just trying to I'm experimenting this. Okay, so this dialogue had quite some significant figures, significant people. So I remember the first speaker. He is from a certain NGO. He was like, there's this tendency that we have of giving animals bad food, like when it goes bad, that's for the animals. Yeah, so that's the tendency we usually have. But he advised that the way we look at food should be the way we look at feed. So when we give animals what is bad, they'll also give us what is bad. When we give them garbage, they'll also give us garbage, especially with this whole aflatoxin thing. I have to think of it. I'm just wondering, all this time, has this aflatoxin thing just come up because it is associated with rise of health issues in hospital of late? Maybe it's a good thing to take some water just before your makeup. I just think there's a way it has to do with the skin looking more. Yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe because of these improved foods, they cannot stand certain conditions as compared to the local foods, the old grains, then the natural ones. Because I remember there's a doctor when he was talking about some of the ways we could overcome aflatoxins, sticking to those natural foods, the very old foods, grains. It makes sense. I think the old natural foods or grains could would not be easily affected by these aflatoxins and could stand several conditions when it comes to storage, the processes before the food reaches the consumer. In a nutshell, he emphasized, he was like, if it's not safe, it's not food. And therefore, if you're not feed, like it's not safe for the animal. Food that has gone bad, affected by aflatoxins, definitely it's also not fit for the animals, because if you give them to the animals, they'll also give you exactly that which you were trying to avoid in the first place. Yeah, they'll give it to you through milk or meat or whatever. So that's how serious it is. Aflatoxins, he added that it has been one of the main constraints of trade of late, and the reason for a strategic plan on how to manage and control. This fungus affects these crops can affect these crops right from the soil, or harvesting, or storage. When it comes to animal feeds, silverfish is also affected by this when it's not stored well, and it's widely used here to make animal feeds. So if it's affected, then whatever the animal produces as useless would be garbage, would be poisonous. So that is quite a challenge. And then also I remember the audience talking about bad agricultural practices. For example, some people remove shells from maize before gestation period, and that makes the maize vulnerable to moisture and therefore this fungus. So that also calls need for awareness to help people know the seriousness of the situation. Assistant Commissioner also said aflatoxin system has also been integrated in the irrigation system, so that we're able to have professionals that are grounded when it comes to food safety. He also said there has been an introduction of Aflatoxin, which can reduce aflatoxin up to about between 2024 2025. They've been working closely with NERO, sustaining the ongoing research on aflatoxin, aflatoxin, if I got that correct. So chemical abuse was also talked about. So I think there has to be some standards to regulate farmers in these processes. And then I remember they talked about just one machine that is available in the country in Soroti, the only machine that can test and see if your food, your grains, your whatever has aflatoxin, is affected by aflatoxin or not, and it's very expensive. Imagine only one machine in the country. So yeah, the need for funding to make things easier. Yeah, and then we also have an assistant commissioner from the Ministry of Agriculture. He talked about also the importance of having safe feed. He also talked about certain geographical areas in Kenya that are high in aflatoxins soil. So that means management of aflatoxin should start from the soil. Soil should be checked to make sure it is safe. So we were advised, encouraged that when buying food, we buy from a certified company with a Q mark. You can check that on UNBS website, because some companies may be certified and then relax. So I think those with a Q mark I think they are monitored annually to renew their certification. So that's something noteworthy. Children are also encouraged to be immunized to reduce the risk of aflatoxins. Also those with hepatitis. Okay, so I just played around with these three to get to this. Okay, so it's from here where I would choose to use gel to help keep this longer. So I'm going to apply some concealer first for foundation. So there will be regulations, for example, in the milling points, and then also a guide to appropriate storage, and then routine inspection, access to a certified lab to aflatoxin analysis before managing animal feed. So I'm going to contour. I've mixed this is a foundation. This is a darker foundation. So this is a mixture of this and this. I'm going to just use my hands. So right here. Okay, so I have two shades. This is lighter shade and this is darker shade. So I'm going to contour using this. So I've started with a lighter shade. There. So this is what we look like. We start blending.
Oxygen. On the internet.
Me.
Are you one of them?
Okay, so we forgot this area.
More how the oxygen. Oxygen.
Sure. So my brushes are done, so it makes blending easy. So for the dark one, I'm going to bring it up to this area. We're done with that. Next, go to with another blender, the lighter shade. Okay, this is optional. I just thought I would do without it, but I think let me do it. Okay, so let me first take care of that. Okay, so let's go back to our lighter shade. Alright, so what's our way forward with aflatoxin control and management? Well, raising the aflatoxin awareness in the people of the country, Uganda, so they are more prepared. Research on resistant crop varieties, systems to regulate aflatoxin levels. Well, since more people are not aware or are not properly acquainted on how to use AflaSafe, the Ministry of Agriculture, UNBS, and other stakeholders are working together to set regulatory standards of how to use it. Farmers will be educated, strategic partnerships like NGO, government stakeholders to work with to drive the product for adoption. Now, some people reason that the impact of aflatoxins in Uganda is not as high as it is in Kenya and Tanzania because of diversification in food. Our diet is diversified. We don't eat one single dose like maize. In one plate you'll find matoke here, and then maize, and then other food varieties. So it lowers the risk of high aflatoxins in the body. I feel so sorry for those in school who depend on maize, and for sure, I mean students, pupils at school who depend on mainly maize and beans every day, each and every day, because they are at more risk of high levels of aflatoxin intake. What's your opinion on aflatoxin? I just love doing this. It kind of separates them so evenly. So after doing this, I think wiggle, and then I start doing them like this. I love using petroleum jelly for moisturizing my lips. Well, it doesn't have any moisture. I mean, it doesn't have moisture on its own, but it
prevents existing moisture from evaporating. It's also a good option for sensitive skin since it's generally non-irritating and hypoallergenic.
It also creates a very smooth base for the next product, like lipstick or whatever. So if you have dry or cracked lips, then it would be a good option. Followed with this lip liner to line my lips. Well, for this face glow, basically it's coming from the moisturizer, because I used a matte foundation and it has nothing with glow. But to be sure of a natural glow, you may want to use an oil-based foundation. So that is matte lipstick, and now I'm using concealer to redefine, to clean up, so lips are in shape. You also realize at the jaw I need to blend more so it looks more seamless. I just love using my hands because it has that heat that helps the product sink in. So this was given by a friend and I love its output. I just add a little bit of there.
It's giving playful pink pout for everyday wear with a setting spray. Yeah, and that's it. How simple is that? So that's what Forte looks like on me with a natural makeup. What do you think?